For years, Kamala Harris has pushed legislation to strip police officers of protection, trying to bankrupt them and ruin their lives for doing their jobs. No protection, no immunity, no nothing. She even endorsed defund the police. I will never defund the police. I will only fund the police and fund them with plenty of money and pride. I will always back our law enforcement heroes in blue. We are pleased to be joined tonight by the president of the Arizona Police Association, Justin Harris. Oh, no, he's not a relation. Justin, are you a relation? Last name is Harris, spelled the same. I'm very concerned about this. I'm not really. But Justin Harris is a great gentleman who has a special announcement. Justin, would you please come up? Thank you. It's an interest. I'm not worried about it.
Thank you, great. Thank you, great, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm a little concerned about that illegal immigration chart you put up there. Was that a spike in immigration or the inflation?
Sort of both.
Kind of both, right? Wonderful job those Democrats are doing. My name is Justin Harris. I'm a veteran police sergeant here in Arizona with 25 years of experience in service. And I also have the privilege and the honor to serve as the state president of the Arizona Police Officers Association. The Arizona Police Officers Association is the largest law enforcement association in the state of Arizona, and we represent over 12,000 law enforcement professionals, the men and women that currently serve in our communities each and every day at the local, county, state, and federal law enforcement levels. We cover the entire state. And on behalf of the Arizona Police Association, we are proud to welcome President Trump to the great state of Arizona. And to the wonderful city of Glendale, home of Luke Air Force Base. Folks, these men and women in Luke fly those beautiful F-16 Fighting Falcons of the 309th Fighter Squadron and those beautiful, beautiful F-35 Lightnings. Nothing like hearing those jets flying overhead, which that's the sound of freedom and American ingenuity. Also a special thank you to the Glendale Mayor, Jerry Wires, and the entire City Council for their unwavering support and advocacy for our police officers, active duty military, and our veterans. You're not going to find stronger advocates for our military, our veterans, and our police officers anywhere in the world other than Glendale. Thank you, Mayor and Council. Also, I wanted to give a special thanks to the men and women of the Glendale Police Department, the best and most professional police department in the country. Okay, thank you. With a special thanks to Police Chief Chris Briggs and the other 8 West Valley Coalition departments that allowed us to use their law enforcement officers here today to keep us all safe. Thank you, gentlemen and women. Law enforcement today is perhaps the most complex occupation on earth. It's an honorable profession of service and commitment to others, those who step in the gap between good and evil and to protect our communities, and we do so knowing the risk. Officers are required to make split-second decisions under the most uncontrolled, chaotic, and stressful situations, often at great risk to their own personal safety. Given the literally millions of contacts between officers and the communities annually, with a few exceptions, officers make those decisions correctly as trained and in accordance with the law. But high profile does not mean high frequency. Currently, in this day and age of instant information, social media, and videos, there's an unrealistic expectation of absolute perfection. It is not possible to be perfect every time because we hire from the human race. People are not perfect. Good people can make mistakes. However, the constant orchestrated villainization of police officers has eroded the public's trust. It has encouraged an air of obstinance, disrespect, and assaultive attitudes and behavior towards police officers. What was that name we called her? Was that Comrade Kamala? Was that what it was? Kamala, Comrade. Well, what we do know is she supported defunding the police, and the best term is they wanted to reimagine policing. I don't know what that means. She is part of the radicalized movement to degrade public safety and make our communities less safe. In contrast, under President Trump's first term in office, he always had our backs. Thank you for that. He never rushed to judgment, and he never, ever in a lifetime called to defund the police, ever. And we owe him a debt of gratitude for that. Let's also forget, when President Donald Trump was president, he closed the borders and locked the door. Border czar Kamala Harris opened the door and let everybody in. Border czar Kamala Harris is allowing millions of illegal immigrants into this country, turning each and every state into a border state and flooding American streets with drugs and crime. The Democrats haven't quite figured this out yet, but it's not rocket science. But open borders equals more crime. Close the border. And my gut tells me that there's a gentleman standing up here on stage today that's going to do exactly that. President Donald Trump has in the past and will again make America great again by tackling lawlessness head on. Ceasing the endless flow of illegal immigrants across our southern border and ensuring that police departments across the country have the funding, the training, and equipment necessary to do our jobs. And he's not going to reimagine us doing that. President Trump will stop the multi-million-dollar illicit trade that occurs each and every day at the border. Thanks to Comrade Kamala, with these open borders, the only group that she's enriched is the Mexican cartels, which have expanded over 160 countries across the world. They've done this by using human beings and human trafficking and treating them like dogs. The flow of illegal drugs in this country is unmatched in history. And they also have illegal vaping devices that are harming our communities and killing our kids, all being imported from China through the cartels. This has to stop. Kamala Harris, as border czar, deliberately obliterated the U.S. border to flood the country with illegals. They canceled the wall. They implemented catch and release and terminated Remain in Mexico and effectively shut down ICE, pulling those agents off of the front line, putting them in administrative duties to do paperwork and change diapers. Meanwhile, the front door of our country is wide open. President Trump will stop this. I've got a serious question. Has the border czar, Kamala, even toured the southern border? Didn't think so. Has President Donald Trump toured the border? Yes, he has. and I heard the cartels went running. On average, there's over 5,000 illegal immigrants are being released into the country every day, our country. We don't know who they are, don't know where they came from, can't even account for them. For 38 straight months, the monthly border encounters have been higher than even the highest month seen under the Trump administration. You can't tell me this isn't being done deliberately, because it is. In 2023 alone, more than 900,000 illegal immigrants were released into the interior of the U.S., unaccounted for, waiting for court dates, and nobody knows where they're at. That's the entire city of Mesa flowing into our countries, and that's the only ones we know about. Illegal drugs are flowing into this country at an alarming rate, with only 5% being intercepted at the border. Okay. You got it. Folks, let me finish up here, please. This country, our family, our communities, and everything that each of us holds dear and near to our hearts cannot endure another 4 years of a clueless president that cares more about the color of her curtains than the safety and prosperity of our great country and its people. It is clear who supports law enforcement, law and order, and that's President Trump. His unwavering shown commitment to the rule of law of the men and women is placing lives on the line every day. So if you support national security and want to secure our borders, vote Trump. If you support law enforcement and safe communities, vote Trump. If you support getting our country back on track and making America great again, vote Donald J. Trump for president. And this is why the Arizona Police Association and our 12,000 members, family, and friends are proud to extend our endorsement to Donald J. Trump for president of the United States of America. Thank you. God bless.